Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. Cross watchers, welcome as well. For those of you who are new to the channel, thank you for joining us. Appreciate each and every one of you. So this is going to be for the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, you're going to kick off the love readings. We're going to go through water signs first, and then we'll see where it takes us. But so Scorpio, I'm very interested. I was kind of not surprised, but yet surprised that Scorpios came out first. But I feel like there's probably a lot of questions around the love space of things. So since it's Valentine's Day, and even though I've swore off love readings, I am going to go ahead and do those for you guys. So happy Valentine's Day to yourselves, to each other, to all those wonderful things that make us feel warm and fuzzy inside, right? Guys, if you are caught, I feel like these readings are going to be more for your sign and then the cross watcher getting a better understanding of the big picture. Do feel free, though, to check your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus placements for these readings as well, especially Venus, because Venus is the planet of love. That's where we operate from. I also feel like our moon sign is going to be very important because that's how our emotions, that's how we express our emotions, where we express our emotions as well. So, when you're looking at love in the Venus sense, that's how you come across in love, or what your expectations of love, or the way you operate under it. Your moon sign and placement is going to be the emotional aspects of what you represent of yourself. And then a sun sign is, of course, our sun sign, right? So feel free to check out all four of those placements as they become available. All of February readings are done. So if you have sign, obviously you're going to have signs and other placements, right? Check out those signs as well if you've not done so. That's again going to give you a bigger idea, the whole roundabout of what's going on in your world for the month of February. So guys, if you've not liked or subscribed to the channel, if you find this video resonates, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe. If you've not done so already, you'll get notifications each time a new video is posted. So all right, the cat. He is trying to find his space to nap all afternoon, and under the table is sometimes his space, and apparently I'm disrupting him, so he had to get up and move. All right, so Scorpio, okay, we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this. Let's get to your love reading for February. So Spirit for Scorpio, I'm gonna pull one of those too for you guys. All right, so this is going to be for you, Scorpio. How are you functioning under love right now? It's the Mother of Wands. All right. And two, guys, if you're not in a relationship or you're single or whatever, I'm going to see what else. I need to knock, do it again. I'm going to try to address everything that comes through. So we'll see how it goes. And if I need to post additional videos, then I will. Okay. All right. For your person, well, it didn't quite come out. Four of Pentacles surrounding the person that you may be with, or the person that you're, might be. I'm going to take, I really don't want to take two of those, but I'm going to. So we got the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups. It's nice to see them in an emotional energy. They may be trying to discern something. For you, I feel like you're in a state of protection. Your feelings, I think you're trying to open up to love. Scorpio, I feel like this year, last year, maybe even the year prior, you started to go through some very significant change for yourself, especially in relations to the heart space of learning, a new path, a new way of doing things. So your feelings in the situation right now is the Ace of Cups. Your person's feelings, Seven of Wands, bit defensive energy, trying to hold up boundaries, trying to exert a little bit of control. Makes me think of that Four of Pentacles, it's hanging on to control, trying to stay steadfast in whatever it is that they're working on. So let's take a look at the strengths and weaknesses. So the strengths, boundary, I'm going to call it boundaries. You got the Ten of Swords, kind of came out sideways, but we'll clarify that. But I'm thinking that pertains to boundaries. Weaknesses in the situation, wish fulfillment, how do you get there in reverse? And there's that Four of Swords, that resting, healing, perhaps trying to figure out exactly what it is that you do want, knowing what it is that you don't want, right? So as of right now, where you are headed, Two of Swords in reverse, you're going to get clear on something. And then the advice from Spirit on this situation, Six of Wands, success and victory is at hand, right? All right, Ace of Pentacles, new stable potential, or potential for new stable beginnings. Something that is maturing, something that can, you know, provide stability and comfort for you and this person potentially. So let's do some clarifying and see what comes up, okay? All right, Scorpio, you is the Mother of Wands. I feel like you're, you know, she's the female snake there. She is protecting her nest. She is action-oriented, goal-oriented, you know, moving forward in passions and decisions. She does everything that she does with a passionate effort. You've got the King of Wands. You've got a divine counterpart. You may be dealing with Leo, Sagittarius, or my brain just went so blank. Anyhow, Aries, Leo, Sag. I know this. I'm in Aries. What's the matter with me? I've got Aries in my chart. There may be some distance between the two of you at this time. I feel like it might... King of Cups, though, is coming out. I feel like this energy is very interesting in the sense, in Scorpio, you've had a lot of that King of Wands has come out a lot in a lot of the readings for you guys, not just in my own, but I've seen it elsewhere. Seven of Pentacles. Looking back at the work and the progress, you may not feel right now in just yourself very balanced out. Like maybe you're trying to make some headway on something. It's not quite coming together. Emotionally, you know, there you are, there you are, Scorpio, the Death card, right? The Lovers, making choices, manifesting. Listen, whatever you're working towards, you're manifesting it. You're trying to start anew. I think that you're trying to open the heart space, but I feel like the tiniest sense of reminiscing, like anything that makes you feel familiar to the past, you tend to just go, okay, I'm done, throw your hands up and walk away from it. Just because there's red flags, right? Scorpio is all about the red flags. Like, I'm sorry, here's my boundary. You cannot cross it. I will, you know, we run into the deepest parts of our emotions and we don't know how to communicate. It's almost like outside of our emotions. That's where everything that we do comes from a very passionate place. And in that sense, you know, it's like if you feel anything that is remotely close to a painful past situation, there's the tendency there to shut it down. So I feel like you are very much in this guarded energy, kind of like not really woe is me, but just disappointed with maybe the way things are progressing with a situation around you or a person that you're dealing with at this time. The Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups for the person that surrounds you at this time. Temperance. They're trying to keep their self in check. I feel like past situations, and there's the Eight of Cups again, they too have walked away from maybe some very difficult situations that left them feeling like they were in quite a bit of lack. Now it's learning to kind of like, I feel like it's filling up their own cup, finding a space between being grounded and being in their emotions, trying not to get too ahead of themselves and trying to seek the clarity on how it is they feel about anything anymore. Their past, to me, has required them to step into a very significant place of growth. High Priestess, but I don't feel like they're trusting their intuition at this time. I feel like they feel as if those feelings before have led them into a place of disappointment, left them in a space of confusion, probably in the past, a sense of heartache, Spirit is saying as well. And it's kind of like trying not to repeat certain cycles. So I feel like you're both in a guarded space. You're both very familiar, and I think, was it Scorpio's reading? I'm not sure. I forget what reading it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a fire sign. But it might have been Sag, I'm not sure. But it came out like that, you know, there was this, both kind of in the same place sort of energy, but yet this here to me comes in, what am I looking for here? There's like a need to compromise and understand where the other person is coming from right now. So the best way to handle this is with compassion. And Scorpio, your bullheaded, stubborn self, right? And I'm talking about myself in this too, obviously, as a Scorpio, so don't take offense to it. But we know how we are, right? I just feel like you're very much guarding yourself and in protection of fear. But This King of Wands coming out with the Queen of Wands. It's a divine partnership. It's a divine situation that may be in a space of being brought together for the purpose of doing some healing, to clear up some past, Spirit is saying some past wounds. All right, so let's clarify your feelings there, Scorpio. This Ace of Cups. What is this Ace of Cups for Scorpio? Feelings, please. Two of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Woe is me, Scorpio. Woe is me. Like I'm hearing from Spirit, do I invest in a fool? Because the guy on the Two of Wands there to me reminded me of the Fool energy, right? And it's like, and then Spirit's going, do I invest in a fool too or not too? Do I play this game? Do I make an effort? And that Five of Pentacles that's fear-based. It's coming in fear. You're shutting down communication. You're shutting down your ability to move forward. I feel like you've been left out, and maybe there's been some lack of communication that has been leaving you feeling as if you just kind of feel drained for it. It's like you go from the Sun to the Page of Swords in reverse to the Five of Pentacles in the upright, that it's just like I've been left out. What I thought had potential, it may not be coming in that way for you, not quite at Two of Cups. Behind that Sun, the Two of Cups. So you may be feeling as if it doesn't have a potential, but you see something. There's something there. Scorpio does not invest. I think whether it be friendships, relationships, situationships, whatever the hell you want to call it, anything that doesn't invest into emotional energy. I know, like me as a water sign, like it's full emotion, right? Like we drive from that place of passion and consideration that way. So it's like, if you're feeling emotionally withdrawn, it's very hard. And when you go out and you put that out there, and then it feels like it's being rejected to some point, you begin to question whether or not is it worth the effort? Is it worth the weight that I'm putting into this? So let's get one more card to clarify that. The Seven of Cups. Again, you're feeling confused about whether or not to proceed forward with a situation. Your feelings in it, and here's the thing, you've got your shit together. In the bottom, you've got the Empress, like feminine, divine, beautiful, amazing, starts of new growth, new life. You feel good. The Empress, she is the shit, right? She knows she's the shit. Behind that, the King of Pentacles. And you've taken a lot of effort to get to where it is that you are. The King of Pentacles, very sturdy, very stable. The person you're looking at may be very sturdy, very stable as well, but there's a lot of anxiety tied to both of you. However you want to slice that, there's a lot of anxiety tied to the both of you, but you've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles behind that too. Again, you do just fine on your own. You really do. You do just fine, but it's like, here's my Ace of Cups. I want to invest it. I want to give it. Is there something out there? Is there somebody out there that's worthy of it? And for those of you who are in a relationship, you may be trying to renew something. Maybe you would shut down for a while, but you also don't feel like what you're giving is being seen or heard. What you're giving is not being reciprocated in that sense. So you may just feel a little neglected, a little left out at this time. If you're in a partnership already, that you just don't feel like there's equal reciprocity happening. It's like vying for your partner's attention and never getting it. So with their feelings, the Seven of Wands, standing their ground, holding their boundaries in place, their feelings for the Seven of Wands. The Fool, yeah, defending their position. They may have started over recently, and they're trying. It's funny because it's like they're trying to take a chance. They too have reached a status of like they're trying to get mentally clear, right? I feel like they know there's a desire within, with that Nine of Cups and that King of Swords, that they know what they want. But then it's like when it comes time to get there, it's like, what do I do with that? But they're working under a very cautionary space at this time. I feel like they want to take this risk towards you, Scorpio. Let me see, what is this? Spirit is saying they mean well, and whatever it is that they're doing, they mean well. Page of Swords, they want to communicate. It's like they may be trying to communicate with you, but it's happening very slowly. That Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. Like they're moving into, they've been trying to control themselves, trying to hold themselves back, but they very slowly give. And you may be dealing with a Taurus as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, where they're trying to open up. They're trying to be a little more forthcoming. And for you, Scorpio, it's kind of like all or nothing. There is no gray area with a Scorpio. It's black or white, right? It's either yes, you're in, and no, you're not. Scorpio doesn't sit well in an unknown space. Like we can deal with unknown to a point intuitively, but we don't deal well with unknown in our 3D world. It just doesn't happen. We don't play like that, right? So with this, it's like they are trying to come forward. They're trying to communicate. I think maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see something shift, though, where communication may become more clear. Intentions may be set, things to that nature. So the strengths, I think you both have put an end to some really hard situations. Again, admitting boundaries, learning how to address that. Another card of completion. You've both completed cycles. So under the strength position for the reading, you've both completed very significant cycles. That 10 of Swords, the World, the end of backstab and betrayal. You're both recognizing that whatever has happened in the past is not going to be something that you continue to deal with in the future. What does it bring? The Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. You've worked hard to get where it is that you are. You've had to like almost run off into the night, it feels like, to rebuild something for yourself. And you're not going to let anything or anybody knock that off, knock you off your course. Yeah, you're finally getting, I'm going to call it good karma, right? Like you're finally in a balanced position. So I feel like you guys are meeting in a very familiar state to one another, which is fair and just. Like both sides are able to understand where the other is coming from. The problem here, I think, is the communication is off to express that. And that's probably fear-based lack of communication. It's working slowly to get to where it is that you want to go. So the weaknesses, the Star in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands in reverse. Again, I'm going to call this fear. Page of Pentacles, but nobody's taken action, right? Like slow, like it's a constant contemplating state, learning how to make movement, but there is no movement right now, because it's like, I've never done this before. How do I take this approach? Because again, with these completions that have happened, in order to close out a cycle, you've had to learn something. You've had to learn how to do something very differently. And I think part of it is it's trying to find the strength and the courage to move into something in a way that you're not familiar with. So that can be extremely uncomfortable for either you or them, or even the both of you in this case. So, that's going to be a choice. That's going to boil down to the choice. But what I have underneath here is the Six of Wands again. The strength, I say, what I just got to, it's going to take strength and courage to move through this. So you've got the Hierophant, a higher knowledge, a higher understanding, right? That Knight of Pentacles behind that, Six of Swords moving into calmer waters. I do think that there's going to be a balance that is struck and a mutual understanding, moving away from this unknown territory kind of feel, learning to navigate it, trusting your intuition, moving forward in flow. So where it is that you're headed right now. Some of you are like, heartbreak. Like, there's only one place that this could potentially go, and that's to the Three of Swords. Two of Swords in reverse into the Three of Swords. Getting clear on what heartbreak is. Scorpio, you've gotten clear on heartbreak so many times over, and I laugh, but I'm sorry. Like, I feel with this, I know what it's like. I've been there, right? I get that. I get how that feels. And it's, it's the irony of seeing the cards come out the way they do sometimes. But it's also getting clear about the pain that you faced in the past. I feel like this is a lot of that. And it's understanding that maybe, yeah, you're moving away from this heartbreak, where this is headed. It's moving away from the heartbreak, that Six of Swords, calmer shores, calmer waters, calmer emotions, calmer balance. it is providing you some sort of healing clarity in the midst of this. There's that Queen of Wands again, that you can protect yourself, but also without being cutting about it. All right, one more card on this Two of Swords in reverse, please, Spirit. And stay, Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. Lovers, it's a choice. Get the fuck out of your head. Eight of Swords. This is all mental energy. This is all mentally making a decision, overthinking the situation, running from your feelings, not addressing your feelings. You've got the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, Two of Swords being in reverse, with the Lovers underneath. This is mental. This is mental. It is like, I have worked so hard to feel vulnerable again. I cannot put myself in a position of vulnerability to get hurt over again. The best thing that you can do is make the conscious choice. This Lovers card, it's here for a reason, right? This person's meant to do something for you somehow. Whether it's emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, awakening, whatever, they're meant to do something for you, but you've got to get the hell out of your headspace. Out of the head, back into the heart, open up the heart space, be vulnerable enough to have an experience. So advice from Spirit, Six of Wands, you know, freeing yourself. And I feel like it's freeing yourself from this mental turmoil that you're dealing with. The advice from Spirit on the Six of Wands. Hold on, be patient. There's the Empress again. And I feel like you're holding out too. Like, you may be holding out going, I know what I'm worthy and deserving of. Yeah, you're coming out of an indecision on that for certain. That Two of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords, there you are. Nine of Wands. Hangman, Queen of Swords. You're getting a different perspective on something, and you're understanding that you're going to have to be patient with yourself. You're going to have to be patient with the people around you. You're going to be patient with the situations that surround you as well. You are very clear, though, that where you were in the past is not where you're going to be in the future. Very specific energy. You know what you're worthy of. You know what you're deserving of. You're willing to hang on to being with somebody or not being with somebody if this means you get to have what you deserve at the end of the day. For those of you who are in relationships, there may be a repetitive pattern from the past that you've dealt with when it comes to the particular... That cat, I swear to God today. Whatever it is that you've dealt with in the past with this person, the pattern, it's almost like you've got to make a conscious choice to either move on from whatever tough situation you all had in the past. And I think you're recognizing your value. I feel like you're recognizing your worth in that. Somebody else too, I feel like, is like, if you're in a marriage, you're in a commitment, you're in a committed situation, they're not willing to let you go. I do think that they're going to start to work on it. They're going to try to invest more of their time and energy. Their attention just may have been elsewhere for a little while. Not saying that it's okay, but we've all got there. We've gotten distracted from things that left us feeling like we didn't have anything to give to another person. If it becomes a pattern, then you need to pay attention. If it was just a period, of time, then know that it's going to balance itself out. It really will. But it may be a slow moving process for a while. And don't be the stubborn jackass that refuses to make a move because you're sitting in your pride and your ego. Going, well, I'm not going to be the first one to apologize, or I'm not going to be the first one to say something. So what if you are? So what if you are? It's fine. Just do it, because it's going to give them the space to be vulnerable. Maybe they're not in a space right now where they will feel the need to be vulnerable, or that they want to be vulnerable because they're afraid they're going to get shut down. So if you take that first step, it's okay. Somebody's got to make the first move. Whether this is together or singles, somebody's got to make a first move to open up the lines of communication and say, hey, this is how I feel. What do you want to do? Right? So, there you go. Don't be hard-headed. All right, guys. Let's get a couple of the love cards. Yes, I have a love deck. All right. For Scorpio for February, for love, please. What does Scorpio need to know about their situation? What does Scorpio, collective Scorpio need to know? Okay. Let's see, Scorpio. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I feel like for a lot of you, whatever this was, or whatever this, I want to say whatever this is, I wouldn't, you know, how am I gonna say? Oh, there's make the effort. What I just say, someone's gonna step up, right? There it is, make the effort. Someone's gotta take that first step to open it up. True love. When I say that this is like rainbows, butterflies, and you know, Cinderella's love story, no. What I will say is this is what you've been manifesting. This is what you've been asking for. You've been asking for sincere closeness, for someone that understands more than just a thought process, or hey, you know, you like to do this or you like to do that. It's more so of someone who you're able to connect with. Next with that one is heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Again, what did I just say? Opening up those lines of communication. Say, this is what I'm, you know, if you're in a marriage and a commitment, you know, communication has to be solid. We're not going to be perfect at it all the time, but hey, you know, this is how you made me feel. This is what's going on. You know, can we make, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. Let's take a few hours, even if it's just a few hours, and we can sneak away and do X, Y, and Z together so that we can open up and get back into a stable place. Great, fantastic. If this is a new thing for you, you're single, or you know, obviously you've got somebody around you that you're interested in, open up the lines of communication. Cross-watcher, don't think it just falls on Scorpio though too, because it's got to come from both sides. So this could be a cross-watcher message, this could be a Scorpio message, this could be both, right? But to open up and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is not what I'm looking for, this is what makes me happy, and this is what makes me sad, and this is what I'm dealing with right now. But to be emotionally vulnerable is the only way that you're going to make forward progress. I think, should you do that, do the things that make sense, right? And not complicate shit, stay out of your head. The next card is engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Do I think that you're all going to run off tomorrow and get engaged on Valentine's Day? No, I don't. What I will say is this, is I feel this is a renewal of the relationships that are already ongoing if you choose to make that move. Remember, this is free will. You get to decide what you're going to do with it. But you will be able to move forward in a positive and healthy sense if that's what you're choosing to do. If you guys are, you know, just starting off, you're in a, you know, a dating, singles, whatever the hell you want to call it. Scorpio, if you are single, I will say this to you. You are becoming very clear on what your heart desires. If you've had interaction with somebody around you that is of interest, or again, vice versa. If you are somebody who's watching, who's, you know, looking at Scorpio as a potential interest, getting clear within the heart space is going to help you understand, help you level up to what it is. That engagement is an ascension of our ability to commit to energy, our ability to commit ourselves to people and situations. You're getting clearer, you're getting a better understanding. The communication will start to flow easier whenever you're in that better space. For those of you, again, that are already in committed cycles, I think this is a renewal where you're able to feel good, feel lovely. Like I get this like burning, passionate, confident energy in the solar plexus, right? Like all of a sudden I feel good, I feel beautiful, I feel that divine feminine energy of the Empress. And again, for those of you who are single at this time or in, you know, a dating type scenario, whether or not this works, you're going to have a much better grasp of the self for what it is that you desire to have. So will I say you're all going to run off and get married? No. Or are you going to get engaged? I'm not saying that either. I think it's always possible when you see this engagement card. Somebody may be confessing their true love to somebody and saying, yes, I am certain that you're the person that I want to spend my life with. And if you're getting engaged over Valentine's Day, congratulations to you. I wish you guys the best. There is a potential for a few of you, I think, for that engagement to happen. But it's going to come very beautifully and with a very sincere, more than just, hey, by the way, you know, will you marry me? But very much a sincere, I hope you understand how you, and Spirit is saying, affected my life, how you've changed my life. So that's a very beautiful energy to be in, that someone's appreciative of that, right? But guys, I don't see anything bad. Scorpio, you're being you. Like, you're just like, this is what I've experienced, this is what I've been taught, and this is my boundary. We're not the easiest to decipher. And the only thing that we know is Scorpios is that is our emotional energy. We invest. We don't invest small. It's either go big or go home, right? And that's Scorpio to a T. Go big or go home. I've got no time for games. I've got no time for bullshit. But Scorpio, I would say absolutely take a more lighthearted approach and not take things so seriously at this time. I know it's hard, especially if you've come from this place of pain and hurt that you feel you have to protect yourself or protect what you've created for yourself. But you've got to give room for somebody to come in if that's what you're desiring. You can't hope for it and then block it and go, well, it hasn't happened. What the hell's going on? Don't stand in your own way of, progression and progress there. So if you found this video resonated for you, Scorpio or cross watcher, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel again if you've not done so. If you guys are interested, I am open for love readings right now on a personal one-to-one basis. You can find that information in the description box below in the about section of the page. Shoot me an email and we will figure it out, right? So guys, happy Valentine's Day. I'm wishing you nothing but love and good stuff and universal love, not just romantic love, right? It's all good. We all come from a space of love, so relish in it. All right, you guys have a fantastic month, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Sending you my love. Bye.